I just wanted to use this as a outro space.
I already said go.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome to the first ever episode of Soul for Lunch, the podcast about fashion, sneakers,
maybe a lot about
Kanye West today, Jesus. We're not talking about Jesus? Okay, no Jesus, my fault, no Jesus.
People are gonna hate me. I said God, no, it's Jesus. They think Jesus is God.
Just a good old fun time with my boy Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
And you can follow us on Instagram at Basic Fat Guy and Cold Visuals.
There will be a main platform as soon as everything's built up.
We recorded an episode last week. It was phenomenal. Jesus loved it.
Yeah.
But obviously the audio gods didn't like us, so it came out pretty choppy, pretty trash. Hopefully this one's better.
Just gotta be a good person. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I hate that word. No, I'm playing. I don't hate that. I'll work with y'all for real.
That's so funny. That was so perfect.
I thought you gotta be a good person. They be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Alright, start off with.
So how do you feel about Kanye? Let's hear
from our last episode that didn't get released, I would say that Kanye West is definitely schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic? Okay.
Bipolar.
Okay.
And probably got anally plunged by someone very powerful in the industry.
So a Jewish person is what you're saying.
The thing is, I don't know about this Jewish shit because
the anti-Semitics of it is kind of crazy, but also now, Kyrie's on the bench now.
Anti-Semitism.
They were all up in Donda sports athletes. Did you see that whole part? So all the Donda sports athletes left Donda sports management. So no Aaron Donald, no Jalen Brown, no. I think those are the two most important.
They said they were standing by him and their Jewish managers
made them quit.
Yeah,
which is wild. That's wild. And then Kyrie's gonna get signed to Donda Sports. Watch, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I think Kyrie's gonna win the league.
You think so?
Oh, for sure.
They said he had to do I think they had we're gonna put it on the screen right here. But he had eight whole things that he had to do, apologize, donate $500,000.
Wow, that you have to tell somebody that they can donate that.
Talk to the Jewish representatives of something. Retract the movie endorsement. I don't remember what the other ones were, but it was some real crazy shit. How are you gonna make me do this and still suspend me?
Because Jewish people do run the world.
But that shit is wild.
Jewish people run the world. Let's just be honest.
I don't disagree with you.
Because Shaq, the big niggas of NBA,
any sports,
was like, oh, he's an idiot. He's a barbarian.
The barbarian comment was fucking wild. I was like, Charles Barkley pisses me the fuck off. He just slow. So in my mind, he says slow shit, which makes shit sound 10 times worse than what it truly is.
It truly does. I hate.
Okay.
I really do. Just him saying barbarian, I was like, this man is
wild.
Another black man a barbarian.
A barbarian. That's not already racist, for one. For two, that's hate. That's self-hatred. And then also gonna call this man a barbarian.
It's hate speech.
Do you know what a barbarian is?
That's hate speech.
Those are Vikings. They kill people. Kyrie ain't do nothing like that.
The fact that Shaq owned movie theaters that showed that movie,
which is even more wild.
And no one.
I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't watched it. It's just information that everyone should be kind of privy to.
It's something that we should have known, growing up already. I feel like.
And then
I only got one friend that's a Jew. That is Jewish, I should say. I shouldn't say he is a Jew. I got one friend that's black and he's Jewish.
Oh yeah.
And then other than that, I don't know anybody else that's Jewish. I mean, I don't have a religion.
There's a lesbian.
There's a lesbian?
No.
Do I? We're not talking about that part later. Yeah. We're not talking about that part.
I hope you never.
She never sees. Oh! I do know who it is. I do know who it is. Now that you say that,
God, that's
I definitely know who that is. Because she was tripping.
Yeah.
She was one that was talking about burning her Yeezys too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
I'm not burning. thousands of dollars.
Did you see that article of that dude? Yeah, he spent around roughly $20,000 on Yeezys in the past couple of years, and he burned all of it. What the hell was the point of it? I feel like that sounds
sounds crazy.
Did you see that part of that interview where that dude had like $20,000 worth of with the, or maybe it was $40,000 worth of Yeezys, and he burned them all?
Yeah, that was sick.
Shit is wild.
I saw the video too, and I was like, I feel sick because you could have just gave them away.
You could have done worse than that. You could have peed on them, and that would have been just as bad. Like, pee is more disrespectful than burning something, in my opinion. Like,
but why
beat somebody up and then pee on them? Like, that's.
I've always wished to do that.
You've always that's always been on your bucket list. Fight somebody, beat them up, pee on them.
Yeah, in their mouth.
In their mouth. That's wild. Would you scratch that part?
Scratch that part. I'm gonna have to scratch that part. That was wild. I'm sorry. I went to a dark place. I was like, there is some people I really would do that to, and that's foul.
That's not good. Not at all.
I don't have no STDs or nothing.
I know, but still, it's pee. I feel like pee is pretty bad. I feel like pee is pretty disrespectful. I feel like
it's not really shitting on.
There's like spit and then pee, in my opinion, are like the top two. I feel like if you shit on somebody, you literally don't care about your life. Like, there was no care. Because then what do you wipe with? You know?
Their hand.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That is horrid. You gonna use their sleeve? Their sleeve. Okay. Because I was like, then you getting your butthole punched with some fingers. Unless they're like knocked out.
Yeah, if they're knocked out, you take their palm.
That is disgusting.
I'm sorry. It's funny though. I would think that would be a funny skit. I don't know. I can't really say because
it would probably
visualizing it would be funny.
It'd probably be a funny skit. We'll just have to make it a skit at some point.
It's like, I don't know. People might be like, this is a little weird.
Yeah, I mean that's very Dave Chappelle-esque though. So I'd be okay with it. Yeah. You know?
But I think that Kanye, going back to him.
Yeah.
I don't know how from shit.
I don't know. Because he's the shit. Shout out Kanye. I love you.
Yeah, he loves you. I don't give a fuck about you. You haven't made good music to me.
What? You don't like Donda or Donda 2?
What the fuck?
There's some heat on there.
He's talking. Never mind.
There's some heat on there.
Disrespectful
to his mama. There's some heat on there. There's some quality songs on there. And also, he's written, he doesn't write, but he produces for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like Tiana Taylor's whole album was produced by him.
That was trash.
Pusha T's whole album was produced by him.
Pusha T is also very trash.
But you didn't like Pusha T's album?
I've never liked Pusha T.
That shit was wild.
Pusha T has always been garbage.
As a rapper, I don't disagree with you, but you know,
he sucks.
The production of that album was
he raps about cocaine and he's a fucking
drug dealer.
He's not a drug dealer. He never was.
He's not a drug dealer.
He's a pussy.
Maybe. It's possible.
His brother. That's why his brother reformed, went to Christianity.
Because he was a real drug dealer.
He got people killed.
Yeah.
Probably raped people.
I hope he didn't.
I'm so playing. That was a wild.
It's always possible.
Taking that part out. Anyway. Now remember to take that part out.
Just that specific piece.
Yeah, because that was crazy. I think Kanye West has. I don't know, to say somebody should have went about it a different way and say it differently just means that you want them to be more docile on what they want.
I just think it's the fact that Kanye is not a wordsmith, so it's really hard for him to use his words to explain what he's really trying to push across. And I think the outlandish aspect of the things that he says are what gets people attention, but then they don't pay attention to the rest of what the statement is. Like, the one I can always revert to is the whole slavery was a choice aspect. Like, we saw slavery was a choice plastered on everything, everywhere. And then if you actually went back and heard the full interview, I wouldn't even say it's an interview because they were yelling at each other from across the TMZ, like, studio. But in the same sense, like, he was saying more of like, if slavery was around today, we would be making the choice to be slaves rather than being the majority and taking over the slave ship.
Okay.
And also like our mindsets of fashion and stuff like that are always been slave driven,
Yeah.
And that's why all the Easy lines had holes and shit in them and stuff like that. Because that was his mindset at that point in time. I think J. Cole had a really crazy line where he said, like, we fought for so long to get out of these chains, and now we all rock in chains.
I'm going to go on to the left and say
like
that niggas are stupid.
I don't disagree. And I feel like we're all followers in some sort of way.
But capitalism, consumerism, and white supremacy all make us fall in line. Some to a very, very bold and different degree.
Well, yeah, it's because the Jewish people run the world. Like Kanye and Kyrie have been trying to state. I mean, it's a true fact. I mean, most of the major big businesses are owned by Jewish corporations or Jewish people or financial firms that are owned by Jewish people or mutual funds. You know, it's all been owned by people with money, and obviously, being that we are African American men, African American men and women, we don't have the same luxuries of having generational wealth for years to come, to where we can change that. So
the thing is with Jewish people, I don't know how they came into power if
they were slaves themselves.
Okay,
I mean, it's true. Hitler killed.
That's not slavery.
400. They were into some slavery shit. They were building railroads and building tracks, and I mean, it wasn't to the same demographic of like black slavery, but it was definitely.
But he didn't like niggas too. That's the thing.
No, I know he hated black people. But that's I feel like that falls into the fact of like the movie being that like I think the title of that movie that Kyrie's talking about is Black People Are Negro or Hebrews to something like that, which speaks into the fact of us being Hebrew before the fact of Christianity kind of taking us over.
Christianity is relatively new compared to
being Hebrew,
Israelite,
true.
Like it's relatively new word to them.
So I mean, it makes sense.
And so when you look at it that way, then it's like, people that were darker or like not
darker skin, of darker pigment, of
had that type of religious belief. But now today, Jewish people are a race.
Correct. Which is also something that's crazy to me. Like,
well, that's America.
It's a
America
religion.
America, I don't know what it is, but America sided with that and made that an enforcement.
Well, they do that to everything. I mean, we have Afro-Americans. But that's also something that America has created. Like, how can you be Afro and American?
Yeah, but America also brought over Nazi scientists.
That is also true.
But they also brought over Jewish people too. So it's like, I don't know what's going on.
It's one of those catch-22 situations.
Yeah, it's a very big catch-22.
But back to the sneaker aspect of it. Are you burning your Yeezys? Or are you keeping them? You're keeping them?
I'm wearing them.
You're going to wear them?
Yeah, I've only had one person ask me oh, you got Yeezys on still? And it's like, yeah, I'm going to fuck with them.
How do you feel about the whole aspect of Adidas cutting their contract and still able to drop Yeezys without the Yeezy name?
Well, that's good.
Are you going to buy those?
There's only 4 Yeezys that I want.
What Yeezys are the
Pirate Blacks?
I don't think they'll ever release stuff.
For real?
I don't think so. They've already released them twice. So in my mind, when you release something twice, they're not releasing them.
They released the Turtle Doves.
Twice. So they're never going to do Turtle Doves again.
I thought they did it 3 times.
Oh, just once. They did the original release, and then they did this past year release. And then for Pirate Blacks, they did 2015 and then 2016, and then they haven't released it since.
They said they were going to release it.
I hope not. My Pirate Blacks were hard to come by.
How much are they going?
I don't know, probably $600 now, $500-600.
Really?
Yeah, they're not that high. I mean, I sold a couple pair for $1,000. Same thing with Turtle Doves. Sold a bunch of those for $1,000.
I have Pirate Blacks.
These young kids nowadays don't fall into it's whatever's hype. So it's whatever, the Kaises and the private selections and those people are wearing. It's what kids like. Those YouTube influencers. You know Kais. Kais Omar, he's one of the biggest sneaker YouTubers. Yeah. I think he's I don't actually know what his nationality is, but he's one of the biggest sneaker YouTubers. Him and Bullet RC and Tony Too Wild.
I fuck with him too.
All of them are a group.
Really?
They're not a group, but they own a sneaker cleaning business together. 3 of them. Yeah, it's called Pure. Shout out to Pierre. We'll be carrying it in today's program eventually here soon.
We're actually going to Atlanta.
Are you guys going to Atlanta?
That's
just where Tony D2 Wild's from. So.
I hopefully get to meet him.
He's a cool dude. His videos are a little boring. I'm not a big fan, but you know.
He does. Bullet RC, is he from Atlanta?
No, Bullet RC is from like North Carolina or something.
So that's why they know.
Virginia or something.
Because that's like really simple.
Are they close?
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
You could drive from Atlanta to North Carolina.
In an hour?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours, an hour and a half. Like, it's wild.
It's like a stone's throw.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
So,
but that's why they're good. And they're also YouTubers. I mean, once you become a YouTuber.
Oh, they also on that brand Sample.
Sample. Which is pretty. They dropped some really cool shit.
They got a nice plan.
Yeah, they dropped some really cool shit. Their Air Force Ones that they dropped were pretty dope. They bit off like the Cactus Plant Flea Market where they put the words on the side. They're still pretty nice. I enjoyed them.
They're really dope people.
Yeah, they're some of their closest stuff. And that's how I found out about Honor the Gift. Tony D2 Odd. I didn't know it was a real thing until he started doing a bunch of like social status posts and stuff like that wearing Honor the Gift.
I think he has an investment in SoleForlunch.
Is it SoleFly?
Yeah.
It's one of those
SoleForlunch.
sneakers. Is it SoleFly? SoleFly that was Miami.
No, SoleFly is in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Going there too. Hopefully. How do you think they're going to release that? Well, actually, let's go back to Kanye. Sorry.
No,
Kanye West is partially right, partially wrong. Partially wrong, I'm saying, on the delivery. Partially right is that he's right about everything that he says.
I agree, but I think he also did it in the simple fact of trying to get out of contracts. I don't think he wanted to be in any of these contracts that he was in, and saying something, obviously everybody cut their contracts with him. And then he still is going to make money on like Adidas because he still had a 7-year deal, I think is what they said.
They said they're not going to pay him.
They said that they're not going to pay him, but there's no way they can't. They have to pay him severance pay at least.
Yeah.
Which still is going to be like one, according to their numbers, because they make 250 million a quarter.
Oh, that's.
So he's still going to at least collect another $1 billion because you still got to pay him for all next year. That's what I guess. That's where my biggest thing is when they release these Yeezys, when they release these Adidas model Yeezys without
Adidas
the name,
Yeezy?
yeah, they're obviously there's not super, branding of Yeezy on any of these.
No.
Like it's on the insole or it's really I think that's all. It's just on the insole,
insole.
and then we know it as the models.
Yeah.
But when they release them, they're gonna release them as Adidas something. That means I think it obviously widens the color ranges because they're probably gonna just oversaturate the market. Yeah, which is going to make them 10 times easier to get, but also, in my opinion, a lot
The
cheaper.
older ones would be rare.
You think so? Maybe.
I don't know. They said the prices going to go up. None of them got
What do you mean? Oh no, yeah. The market's responding. The market's responding to the whole Kanye thing. Oh no, man. Kanye is a genius to me in that aspect because now he gets to go make whatever he wants and release it in these Kanye stores that. Again, Kanye has such a chokehold on the industry as a whole. People are still gonna buy it. Like,
I don't think he's gonna open up that store.
You don't think so? I think that's a high possibility. I really feel like that's gonna.
I think there's like 40% chance.
40% chance that he opens. I feel like there'll at least be 3 of the stores, and it'll probably be in like Chicago, Atlanta, California, or something. And then with those 3 stores, he's gonna see that people still mess with him enough to where they're going to buy his items. And then also now he gets to come out with all new models of everything, and then from there, make whatever the fuck he wants to. It's gonna be a lot of boots, I feel like.
God damn! I can't say that word without
feeling bad.
No, I don't feel that at all. It just comes out of my mouth so easy.
We grew up saying that.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm like, God damn, now you can't say gay.
You can't say nothing, man. But I feel like that's what's gonna make. It's gonna be so many more boots. It's gonna be so many more.
The boots he be wearing be up to his eyes.
Or they be like this big. They're like
I don't think
cartoon
wear,
boots.
yeah.
Those are tight though. People enjoy those.
I just don't think I can
I'm
wear.
not a boot guy, so
I don't think I can wear boots that
I'm
come
a
up to
Jordan
my
1 guy.
thighs.
So, can't
We didn't even say what we was wearing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
wearing Salehi Boomberry Crocs.
which are the trashiest things of all time. just because they're Crocs. I automatically rate them a 0. Crocs are just so.
They're playing, yeah.
For me, yeah.
But these are,
I respect him. He's a black man. He did his thing. He changed the way it looks, but it's still a Croc. At the end of the day, I can't do it.
They're not more comfortable than foam runners.
No, foam runners are probably the most comfortable shoe ever made. Them are like Ultra Boost 1.0s. Ultra Boost 1.0s give me.
No. They use the Compact 350.
You really like that shit. I'm not.
I don't know why. I love them too. They're fucking comfortable.
See, they just look weird.
They do. They're fucking awful.
Yeah. They look like, remember those Weatherman foam posits? Like, that's what they look like to me. These Weatherman foam posits.
You can't compare that to that or the other shit.
They're both ugly.
No,
foam posits are beautiful.
The Weatherman.
But the Weatherman's, you know, the red one that I'm talking about?
Shit I've ever seen. And people was like,
these is heat, bro.
I was like, these niggas are really stupid.
Yeah.
In
You
my
think foam
head,
posits make a comeback?
that's a hard thing to call.
I feel like they always do that thing where they like drop two
Very
fire ones, or they're
re-release of the very fire.
or re-release fire ones, or they do a collab and they're fire, and then they start overpopulating the market with all these trash ass colorways. I definitely feel like Weathermans and the Thermals are probably the worst two foam posits ever made. And the
Meteors.
Safaris. Is that what they were called? Meteors? That was the red pair, right?
With like the purple in it.
Yeah.
The meteors.
Yeah. And then the Safaris were trash too.
Oh my god.
I hate the fact that they try to do Safari on everything. Like, Safari Air Maxes, cold. They were really good. But you ain't got to do a Safari Jordan 1 and a Safari Air Max 95 and a Safari foam posit and a Safari dunk. Like, I feel like that's just doing too much.
It's all.
It's a cool colorway on that specific model. After that, it just is washed. Yeah. But I'll take a Galaxy, Jordan 1. I think that would be kind of cool. Like all anthracite with the Galaxy print over the top. That would be cool.
Did you see that mock-up of the Snorlax 4s?
Bro, them is cold.
I was like, if Jordan don't steal that idea, that is some
shout out to
shit.
Andu. I think it's Andu.cn on Instagram. But he's the one that drops all of the Pokemon-inspired stuff. So he's the one that also did the Charizard Jordan 4, which was tough. He did the Snorlax.
How much does it sell?
I don't know if he actually sells them or if he just makes mock-ups. Because I know his mock-ups go crazy. I would infer that he has to probably make something. He's the one that did that, was it Frieza?
Oh, yeah.
Or, no, Cell. Was it Cell or Frieza?
Cell.
It was either a Cell or a Frieza dunk. And then he ended up making those. And he sells them for like $275. Which are tough. Probably some of the toughest customs ever. We should do that as an episode too, is rate some customs. I think that would
I think the Snorlax 4 is the hardest.
the hardest thing that you've ever seen. That green is nice.
Because it just looks like it should be a shoe that comes up.
Yeah. It looks like a colorway that would
it looks
be
fucking
normal.
It's fine. I was like,
How do you feel about custom? Are you a custom guy?
if it was that custom,
Yeah. So you like customs that look like normal shoes rather than like
some wild,
some
shit.
wild stuff. Shout out to my boy Ski.
I see somebody do some customize the Brotherhood ones. They made them look like Laker.
Oh yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that. I respect customs that look, because again I custom my shoes. Check me out, non-customs _ on Instagram. But I think customs that have like crazy aspects thrown into them are trash. I'm not a big fan. So like there's a guy that does like these Pokemon inspired where he does like Squirtle and Charizard and he puts a flamethrower in them and stuff like that. Like that shit is cool for Instagram, but that shit is not a probable shit. Yeah, that's not something you're gonna wear. So I think like it's just too much. And then I also don't like. I'm not a big fan of this. Everything has to look vintage, custom lifestyle right now either. I think that shit's washed. I feel like not everything has to have a dirty sole. Not everything has to be yellow. Stuff like that.
People took that around. Those white
definitely took it.
White people ruined shoes.
But they run that world, man.
White people ruined the sneaker community. As soon as the rich white people got into it. I think it was ruined when all of the designer brands started jumping in the market and making their own,
Jordan 1 or
God.
their own
I hate
Adidas
them. What is
or...
them shits called? They're designer. They look like Jordan 1. Those shits are trash. I forgot the name.
You're not talking about the Sea ones, right? Somewhere in America joints?
Nah.
Those ones are whack too.
Those are whack. But
Yeah.
it's a designer. It's a designer. It's like Dior.
Is it a Dior?
Dior's versions of the Chucks are whack.
See, people really fuck with those.
Yeah, like
I think it's just the fact that it's a designer. Because
any
niggas
nigga
don't fuck with Chucks like that no more.
No.
Like, how often do you see people wear Chucks?
I wear them to the gym.
Do you wear them too? That's because they're flat, so you can deadlift with them. I heard that too. I heard Blazers are really nice like that too.
Blazers are the most comfortable shorts.
It's because they're so narrow.
Yeah, my fucking foot feel like
It's bleeding.
Oh,
Bleeding out,
God.
dying off a
I
little bit.
hate that fucking shit.
I mean, I understand it.
The other thing is, are you getting the ones that
Oh, next week? I should have like 22. Resellers life, man. No, I think I should have like 22.
how the fuck? How?
Because I got a store now. Shout out to today's program. But we gotta give them to the masses. So we're gonna have a bunch, and we're gonna be giving away a couple things too.
I need the.
So yeah,
I need the.
it'll be at Feed the Block.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Feed the Block.
There's
December
like
11th.
10,000 people that come.
Exactly.
What the
Gotta
fuck?
build it up a little bit. You know,
You should. I should be the
the main person that gets it. I don't really like you that much. Like,
oh
you
my
cool,
god!
whatever.
No, that's crazy. Man. I need a pair.
Do you
She
like them that
needs a
much?
pair.
Are you a fan too? You don't know if you're a fan?
The ones I've watched like 1,000 YouTube videos. I'm talking to the camera person.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The
They're like
Chicago Jordan 1 looking, cracked leather, vintage
red,
looking.
white, black.
No, not a fan. She's not a fan. It's okay.
That's great.
It's alright. They're not that cool.
I fucking
It's
love it.
because you don't have a Chicago.
Yeah.
If you had a Chicago, you would be like, yeah.
I just want 2 pair.
Of Boston Sounds. They're cool, man. They're cool. I've seen them in person a couple times. They're not horrible. Colorado's not getting a lot of pairs. So we'll see.
Soul Street.
Maybe. I haven't heard anything from Soul Street.
I don't know where Soul Street is fucking.
You don't like Soul Street?
No, I'm saying, I'm not telling.
Oh, people where you
no,
go.
fuck.
You done fucked up already.
Yeah.
So this episode gonna come out, motherfuckers gonna be at Soul Street because we gonna get 100,000 views on this. There's gonna be people waiting in line. See, look, you done fucked up.
Nah, but I'm gonna get 2 pair. I feel like.
I
They're doing
hope
the
so.
shot drop tomorrow.
It was something. Oh, Nike sneakers, yeah.
I'll
Well, I think they said they're releasing like 100,000 pairs or something like that. So there shouldn't be too many people that don't.
Yeah,
If you as long as you try, you throw an anchor out there. I feel like you should.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm gonna do it.
But hopefully I get a bunch. And then I'm not gonna wax either. I think the most time I sell them for is probably like 5.
That's a lot of fucking money. What?
It's not. It's $500
Is it a lot of money? Yes.
$500 is a lot of money
For a shoe?
For a sneaker.
That's not designer?
I mean,
That's a
retail wise,
retail.
but you gotta think like all of the shoes that are in that same caliber are $500. Like what shoes are in the $500 caliber right now? Oh, there's some stuff. Like Unions. Union 4s are like $400, $500.
Those are very uncomfortable.
They're not. I hate them.
I have a
I hate
pair
that
and I was
design.
like, what the
Speaking of designs, you should do your top. Let's do a draft of collab sneakers. And you go, I go, you go, I go, and we'll see. We'll have the fans vote and see if they like your list versus my list. So go ahead, go for it. Or you want to flip a coin and go first?
No, I'll go first. So I like the Union ones.
So you got Union ones. Okay, now it's my turn. Oh no, yeah. Which colorway? Black and white or the Storm Blues? Black and white. Okay, so if I had to go out the gate, best collab, I'm gonna go all Mom and Year 3s.
I just seen those yesterday.
They're pretty fire.
Fuck it.
They're pretty fire.
Those are.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
What about 2?
I'm on the year ones.
Ooh, it's one that I don't like.
You don't?
I hate them. I'm not a fan.
Material.
The cracked leather look is
What does this look
trash.
like?
It looks like cement, which I know is like the point of them trying to do that, but it looks like cement. Cement.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I was like, what the fuck?
concrete.
I'm like, wait.
My second one would probably have to be. I'll probably go Joe Fresh Goods New Balances.
Which one?
The 2002 R's.
Okay. Which
The Heartthrobs. Isn't the Heartthrobs? Is it 2002 R?
Yeah.
The red, orange.
Oh, those are
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Those are really hard. So I'll go Joe Fresh Good. The recent.
The new ones that just came out. You just got those. You like them?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
Those are fucking.
He does
I mean,
things.
even though side note, he's selling black
Stories. We talked about this last week too, and I'm really mad.
And it's kind of weird because he sold it to some Japanese people, and I was like, they still don't call you a ninja, but no.
Also, in the same fact, I mean, we can talk about that after this because I feel like that has to be an episode. Like, we have to.
That's kind of weird.
I'm mad that we missed. Now that you bring that up, it pisses me off that we don't talk about.
That's weird as fuck.
Third pick would probably be. I'm a big fan of. I'll probably go. Trophy room Jordan 1s.
Oh, those are cool. I just want a trophy Jordan.
In general.
But it's just like those 7s.
They look like human anatomy. I think that's what gets me. Like the skin color, and then they have like the red innards.
Yeah.
It makes it look like like if I were to cut my arm open, that's what my arm would look like.
That was very descriptive.
Yeah.
It just fucked me up. I don't like that. I would say.
What's your 4? That's gotta be good.
Damn, that does look hard. No, I'm on the year 2s.
I'm on the year 2s.
Those are nice.
Are we considering stuff that hasn't come out?
No.
Because if I'm gonna combat you with that, I'm on the year 2, I would go with 4.
Yeah,
4
we
is
can
like
do that.
tough. 4 is probably the toughest.
We're gonna get 4 pair of I'm on the year 4s.
Probably 6 pair. I'm hoping.
I'm gonna
Those
get 4.
are tough.
I'm gonna get
Good
4.
luck, man. It's gonna
I'm
be
going
rough.
out to Atlanta.
Oh, are y'all gonna be there the weekend it comes out? Oh, you gonna wait long? I think they're only doing them by raffle. Have you been to Mama Near yet?
Oh my God! Why do people do
Also,
raffles?
let's do this real quick. So my 4 is Mama Near 4. What's your 5?
Union Dunks.
Union Dunks? See, you done missed the holy grail. I'm going off-white,
Oh, what?
Chicago Jordan 1.
Okay.
Off-white Chicago Jordan 1.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments who won.
Damn, I should have said I was
You
thinking.
missed it. You missed the ball on that one.
I was gonna say Travis Scott and Fred.
Travis Scott and Franklin, those are cool. The lows are cool. I don't like the highs. Also, Travis Scott's collabs, I think, are just washed at this point. I like the
Black ones
ones.
are gonna be fun.
See, the Phantoms, I don't know, man. It's giving me a black Air Force One in it.
Yeah, that's a
And that's why I don't think people are going to rock them as much. I think the green ones are going to go crazy.
Yeah, they are.
Because that road green is nice. I'm a big fan of road green.
Those,
That road green is nice.
them motherfuckers lied to me.
About these?
Yeah, and that shit is like.
Bro, I got them for 160 off the stove. Shout out to Foot Locker.
They really lied. I just don't like
The only ones that they didn't get was the yellow ones, the orchard, the green orchard, or yellow orchard or something like that.
They lied.
Yeah. All of the other ones I got.
That's such a.
That's what happens, man. Gotta get
Who's
pulled.
the manager?
I don't even know the manager. It's probably like Randy, Jacob, quality guys. But how do you feel about this Joe Fresh Goods selling black stores? I gotta get that out of the chest.
It's weird to sell it to Asians.
It's to Asians, to white people. I don't think also these people know or understand the concepts that he's putting into his sneakers.
They're just buying it because
They're just buying them because
nice.
everybody else is hyping them up as far as Joe Fresh Goods.
Yeah, but it's like.
Also, where did Joe Fresh Goods come from? No, I mean, like, where did he come from? How did he get this? How did he get this collab situation?
Oh, just being told that. I don't know.
Was it T-shirts?
Yeah.
See, I don't remember any of his T-shirts going crazy.
No, because remember he was doing like special releases at certain big corporations.
Gotcha.
So he did Visa, and all Visa wore his ass. Joe Fresh did Visa.
Gotcha.
Shirt.
And that's where it boom.
And then he did the Cubs, the White Sox. He did like some wild shit where it's like when you do Visa, it's kind of
True. I mean, Visa's one of the biggest credit card companies anyway.
so it's like
it makes sense.
he did a special shirt for all Visa employees.
Oh. What's your favorite Joe Fresh Good color?
Pink.
Just the one that just came out. Just that pink one.
That shit is. No. The green and pink.
The green and pink one.
Those
The green one is tough too.
Fucking.
I'm a big fan of like the inside voices. The inside voices are pretty tough to me.
Yeah, I want to get
the outside close. That was probably one of the coldest ones to me. Just because of, I guess in my mind I could hear my mom saying, "Get off that bed with your outside clothes."
Yeah.
Like, you know, like. And shout out to my mom. She's white, but you know. We from the hood, so.
She's fine. Yeah, she's
but
fine.
in my mind, that's what makes it like cool. Like the story aspect of him telling stories through his sneakers rather than, you know, just dropping this bullshit ass cover.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what a lot of collabing artists do with shoes is they're just dropping something BS.
Oh yeah, there's nothing.
There's not like a story behind it. Like Amon Nier does a phenomenal job telling stories.
You really think they're gonna do it right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. They're booming now. Like Amon Nier went from like 0 to hero in like a year. You gotta think about how big that Jordan 3 was to everyone in the sneaker game last year. It was like 90% of people's sneaker of the year.
Yeah, it was.
So in my mind, if it's the sneaker of the year, there's so many more people that are paying attention to Amon Nier.
So he won't do a first come first serve.
Hell
Why
no.
not?
Hell no. I don't see it happening.
Why not, man?
I don't see it happening. In Atlanta, too? Not to say like Atlanta bad or anything, but in Atlanta?
I don't know about I'd be able to just.
I don't know about that. You might be able to catch him at like a Soul Street or something like that on the first come first serve, but I don't think Amon Nier is going to do it like that. It'll be raffle. Probably in store raffle too. They have to do stuff like that if they're not backdooring all of them. That's the part that sucks about, you know, these certain stores getting exclusive stuff to their stores.
I don't think they're bad. I don't think he's bad.
Maybe.
I don't think.
I know there were stories of Union backdooring. There were stories of, all sneaker shops or all skateboarding shops.
They're from Los Angeles.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so in my mind, Amon Nier probably does the same thing. Social Status. I heard Social Status had a really big one on those Penny 2s that just came out. The people backdooring.
Yeah,
I did. I bought the fuck out of those. I love those. Penny 2s are like one of my favorite. No, probably not.
So
again, I'm not a hype beast like you, man. I don't care about none of that, man. Not a hype beast, man.
I've never been
not a hype beast, man. See, it's disrespectful for OG sneakerheads to be called a hype beast.
No.
You young kids nowadays, you take that and be okay with it.
Yeah, I called all my students.
I'm sure they are, see? I'm not a hype beast. I enjoy what I enjoy. Penny 2s are like one of my favorite shoes of all time.
Yeah, see, I don't like them.
And Social Status dropped that cream and blue, baby blue pair.
Those are fun.
Had to buy.
How much were they?
I think 200 retail, so they were like 220 after tax and fees. I'm okay with that. And then I also bought them the new Voodoo Jordan 1 low Zions. Bought them on Goat. Because we don't rock with StockX, but I got them on Goat.
Why didn't you just wait till they come?
Because I need them.
You're going to get them the same time.
Maybe. Or maybe I won't get them. Like, you know, sneakers don't give me no love, bro.
You'll get the ones tomorrow.
Maybe.
No.
They said that? I don't know. We'll see if
I feel like Nike's been stepping in.
We'll see if that's true. Did you get that little survey in your sneakers app where it was like, how easy is it to buy sneakers or something of that nature?
I haven't looked at my sneakers.
See, in my sneakers app, I got a survey that was like, how easy is it to buy sneakers? And I put really hard, like strongly disagree. And then I won the next shoe that I put for real. Because like, I feel like that was a sneaker hack. Like, they were like, but also the sneaker game is trash right now. Nobody's caring about sneakers. Because they're letting stuff like, you know, those I forgot what they're called, the Sunshine Jordan 1s. The ones that she has on.
Oh, the taxis?
The taxis.
I was like, what the fuck?
They're yellow in my mind, Sunshine. But like, those sat on stores, sat on sales. Like, that's wild to me. You can still buy them on Nike.
For real?
Yeah, they're still on Nike. So in my mind, I'm like, how you let something like that sit? And that is tough.
No, that is
a tough colorway.
It's fine.
And how do you let something like that sit? And this was 2 years ago. That mug would sell out instantly.
Oh, and it'd be like $400.
And $600, $800. Like what? Anything that's a Jordan 4 is what I see selling out crazy. But in that same sense,
I haven't even worn mine. I doubt the Midnight Navies.
The Midnight Navies, they're pretty tough.
I like them.
They're not bad.
I slept on the military black.
The white and black ones or the canvas ones?
White and black.
The white and black one?
I slept on it.
It's just a panda to me. It's just a trash color. I'm not a big fan. I'm a more bigger fan of like OG colorways than like these new trying to be cool colorways. Like the Midnight Navy cool, but in my mind I'd rather have a white cement Jordan 4.
Yeah.
That's 10 times better.
I've had a white cement Jordan 4.
That's one of the great ones.
Jeez. All right.
Well, Jesus wept. That's just what I'm saying.
All right, that's Soul for Lunch. We'll be back to you shortly. We're gonna have another episode coming out, and some more. Then we're gonna probably do sneaker skit. We're gonna do
Just follow us on the gram, man. SoleForlunch _ I'm sure is what I created. Sounds right. SoleForlunch _. If not, it'll be in the description below.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Bye.